Howdy folks, g'day, welcome back to Wobbly Player Syndrome, episode 20 would you believe? I don't, but anyway, that's not the point. We're at episode 20 and we are talking about I get knocked down but I get up again. What does that mean? No, it's not a night out after a grand final win. It is how when we get one of those games that's so badly went the wrong way for us that we still come back for more. But we'll learn more about that later. Hi, I'm Greg. If you haven't worked out my voice by now, please, there's 19 other episodes you could get annoyed with. And we have regulars tonight. Yay, 4! We're back to 4, which is fantastic. And if we are looking at our...
One of us,
if we are looking at our stream or we are looking at our YouTube, I can point and they can tell them who they are. Up above me is Mark.
Hey.
To my left is Michael.
Hi.
Doesn't point really well when I got the blurry background. It's really crazy. And in the corner there, Isabel is back.
Hi.
With her really great DSL connection. It's looking good.
1 megabit per second earlier.
1 megabit per second. Oh, I'm so jealous.
I'll just talk really slow.
Yeah, and don't move. How is everyone?
Good.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
pretty good.
Excellent.
Probably better than your
Shut up.
Drakari.
Saw that coming a mile away. Yes, yeah, well, okay. It's a perfect timing. I did that for this episode alone. That's clearly why I had such a great loss. It's terrifying.
Well, I think I get to claim the moral high ground on losing in this slow grow. I think.
No, but you're gonna get it. You're on top of the ladder. You're losing.
I have the tiniest little violin for you.
Fantastic.
It's not a real competition if I can't simultaneously win on points and get the wooden spoon for most losses.
See, I've stolen that from you now because you just beat me. Ha ha!
Oh, yeah, but I think I was only being beaten by Paul, and he dropped out for most losses.
Well, we were 3 and 3 each, I think. So now you're
Really?
4-3 and I'm 3-4.
I've only won you're my second win, are you?
We'll get to let the expert Mark talk about that in his little segment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
see,
what-
he's already stressing about it. Love slow grow events that go for 12 months. Love them.
Good times.
Good times. So we should probably get into it because the episode, we ran a little long last one. We got a bit passionate. When I say we, I mean Mark.
Le
But-
Passion.
I think we learnt a lot, and we'll learn more. And I'm sure we're having a breakdown of things later on with the powers that be at the pub, of course. Isabel's camera is dropping. It is coming back up.
Got it.
She's trying to get attention. Is there something you'd like to say, Isabel?
No. I've already said my piece about being the 2019 premiers and being premiers until someone else takes it next year. No, I was just trying to get a picture of the dog, and he's black, which is a problem because the floor is really dark grey, so you couldn't see a thing. Never mind. I'll just sit here
As
and
Molly
pretend
teaches
that
us,
I'm
the thing
not here.
And there we
about
go.
shadows is that
That's why we bring Isabel along to give us the special comments from the super coach. So let's get into it. Michael, what has come out new? Please inform us. Let us get excited.
New stuff. It's a weird collection of new things this month. Like, there are lots of books. Lots and lots of books have come out. Lots of old books.
Is there a new Space Marine Codex?
No. No, there isn't. But, we did... Probably the main thing that we got is Phoenix Rising. I keep going to say Rising. It's Phoenix Rising. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting, and the box set to go with it, which Greg was lamenting for its crazy high price point.
$320.
Yeah, I'm looking at the collections here. They're selling the collection with, I guess it's with the collector's codex for nearly $500.
Yep.
It's like, woo! That's a thing.
anyone who's watching our stream or our YouTube channel will just notice that the cameras have all gone haywire, and I have lost pretty much everyone.
Yay!
Yep.
That's all right.
Well, I can
Relax
still
now.
see.
We were just
Does
saying.
that mean I
last
can
month
now put
we
my
should-
pants on?
we should get like avatars or something to put up for when
Yeah.
this stuff inevitably happens.
Or you need like a jokey technical difficulties page.
Technical difficulties. So other stuff, the 2020 calendars have all appeared on the website. So now you can buy 40k, 30k AOS 2020 calendars.
Yeah, I ignored that banner thinking it was another kind of ad, but
No,
No, I didn't
because
see
I was
that
having
either.
at what's on the website. We got the Free Peoples stuff that came out recently
Yes.
for Cities of Sigmar, which is kind of cool. I picked that up. I haven't had a chance to go through it yet. Then again, I haven't played AOS in like quite some time. But
yeah.
I was kind of stoked by the prospect of being able to use all of my Empire and Dwarves again. So that's cool. A bunch of the Warhammer Quest stuff came out as standalone box sets. You can get lots of the models from Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress.
Yep.
Some of which are really cool.
because didn't we get a couple of supplements for Marines?
Didn't we discussed Raven Guard and Iron Hands last month, and I think Salamanders and
Imperial Fist.
Fist.
Fist have not
Pre-order.
quite yet come out.
Pre-order this week.
They're pre-order this weekend.
Yeah, they're about to come out, but they haven't quite yet come out.
Not
So we
quite.
don't know what's in them yet.
Yes.
Imperial
Oh,
Fist.
Michael, you're back. Your camera's back. Wonderful.
Whoop.
I'm excited.
Whoop.
Of all the faces I want to see, no, yours is not it. So,
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff, but it's not a whole lot of releases. Like
yeah.
there is heaps of boxed sets that they threw together for Cities of Sigmar, like different start collectings for that faction, and lots of stuff like that, and lots of collections for the various Marine supplements, and for Phoenix Arising, and for the Lizardmen in Blood Bowl and stuff like that.
I did
not-
look at them. I wasn't very impressed with them. I say that because I have a Lizardman Blood Bowl, which I made from I think one of the original Warhammer boxes that came out, and I just all the skinks.
You have the exact same Lizardmen that I have.
Yeah.
Ben.
and
Plastic Saurus.
That's it. Plastic Saurus. They have weapons cut off, and yes, they often carry a quill and arrows onto the field. What are you talking about?
Yeah, totally, bro.
You've got to accessorize while playing Blood Bowl.
That's it. Poke him in the eye with it.
I don't know. I quite like the models. I
It's
think
not
they're
like
pretty
they wear
cool.
leather. They're made of leather.
Yes. Good point.
What I mean.
They are their own boots.
But-
Yes.
and they need that. I probably should have finished that sentence.
I don't know what's
And I
going on
think-
with you and Mark with your cameras are still not up. But I can see on the other PC you're fine, so I don't get it. I think it's me.
Yeah. We'll just call it like
I'm always
space
fine.
play or something.
Technical
I think
difficulty.
we discussed Eliminators and the Phobos Lieutenant and stuff last time, or did they come out
Yeah.
just after?
We talked about that last time.
Yeah, pretty sure. That's kind of all I can see and can think of right now. So yeah, there's a lot of releases, but they're mostly the same thing. And then there's a bunch of like Lord of the Rings stuff, but who cares?
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got my hand up.
Yeah,
Put it
no one
together.
else can see that.
Phoenix Rising. Talk
Yeah.
to me
Yep.
about it. What is it, and what the freaking hell is with the hundreds of dollars? I mean, I get
So
like codices, books,
So
50
basically,
bucks, but
it's
300.
a campaign book, and a whole bunch of new Eldar units, and there's lots of foreshadowing and not a whole lot of detail.
Yeah, the really expensive box set that we're talking about is Blood of the Phoenix, which is kind of like it's a new starter set style box, which has got like a bunch of Dark Eldar and a bunch of Eldar which contains the new Howling Banshees, the new Incubi models, the new Drazar model, and the new frickin' what's her name? Jane Zar.
Zar.
That's the bloody one. I was like,
Yeah.
the Shuriken chick. Yeah, Jane
It's also
Zar.
got it's also got a bunch of books with it too. By the
Well,
looks.
you can get
You can
other
get the
other
lots of
bundles
books,
that
or
have
you
that.
get one book.
It's
yeah.
like $3.90 just for the box set.
Yep.
Which is, as Greg was saying, a lot more
Some
than
units
the other
because
box
it's
sets tend to be.
got many other models.
Well, I think it's because it's more because it's the new box set plus the 2 brand new character models.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it's so much, because those 2 character models are probably worth a lot.
65, I believe, Janzar. 55 for Drazar.
Yeah, so like they added an extra 100 and something to the
There's
price.
100.
Yeah. And they do have, as you said, the
Okay.
campaign book as
Okay.
opposed to a leaflet, which is normally what they have in them. Sort of, yeah. But that came at the wrong time for me. I'm at the tail end of the slow grow. I'm over the witches.
Well, I mean, this is it's not very witchy, isn't it? It's
No,
bikes
it's Incubi.
and
No, you've got
scourges
Hellions and
Incubi.
Scourges. And I said, oh,
and
they're new. Sorry, go on.
If they do a whole bunch of new releases for Eldar and Dark Eldar and all of that as a a Primarisifying, like some people were bandying about, Steve's not real happy since he just plonked $300 down on Eldar.
Yeah, saw that.
They're not going to outdate those models.
It'll be the same
like,
if they get the.
it'll be the same as Marines
Primaris-
at worst.
Yeah, the Primaris sort of feel that that last excerpt that I think I shared on our Facebook page. It's sort of going, how do we survive? Oh, we'll reincarnate ourselves better and better, bigger and better. I went, okay, so you're going to go through the Primaris way of things. Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys.
Well, I mean, when you were talking about how are they going to make Eldar good, I was like, they're probably going to do what they did with the Primaris, release new models and add those onto it.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like that may well be where this leads.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah. It's like how they're trying to do it. We're going to kill ourselves, store our souls in some stones, then kill Slanesh, and then we'll come back better.
Yeah, it's a plan with several major drawbacks. Mass
What could go
suicide.
wrong?
What could go wrong? Hey,
Well,
it worked for the Emperor.
How did
Yeah.
the Eldar killed Slanesh?
They created Slanesh.
Yeah.
They didn't kill him.
I
No,
know, but once you're dead, you're not doing
Well, their
terribly
idea
much.
is when they
Particularly
store their
not if you
souls in the
implant it
soul
in a
stones.
stone.
Well, they're going to the stones and then protect the stones so
They're relying on Thanos.
Slanesh can't feed off those souls.
Yeah, it sounds like their plan seems to be
Starve him.
mass suicide, use like the ghost walkers and stuff
Yeah.
to protect them, and while they're all dead and in their wraithbone, their god of death, Yanid, the new god, will be super powerful because all of the Eldar will be dead,
Yeah.
and their god can go kick Slanesh in the short and curlies, and then they can all get resurrected by the Dark Eldar because
Yeah.
you can trust the Dark Eldar.
They're friendly.
Yeah.
What could
Yeah,
go wrong?
It's a plan with no possible drawbacks, right?
Yeah.
So it does seem a bit, how you doing? Oh well. Anything else? No, I think, well, I know next month we'll be talking about the exciting that the Salamanders will get their book and the Iron Fists. The green and gold! Green and gold. It's canary yellow, my friend. Green and gold indeed. Sorry, got carried away.
No,
I
I
think
remember
that's pretty
that. You
much-
just got the quote wrong.
Yeah, I know, I realise that. That's why I'm going to move on.
All right.
Canary yellow indeed.
So hobby progress.
quick,
What have people
cover,
been doing?
cover.
What have people been doing? I have been doing a production line.
House.
Spirit Fingers, no, not that sort of production line. Trying to get these witches done. I'm using contrast for everything. It is quicker, it's messier, and it's uninspiring. So thumbs up. But after
Awesome.
my game against Michael, I am now chopping the arms off every Hetrix and giving them blasters.
Blasters are scary, man.
Blasters. And everything else is getting upgraded, what can, to blasters as well.
Yeah, blasters in Venoms, they do bad things to my pants. It's
It's
not
only
good.
one, and it's still only a pistol, so it's still 6 inches. Yeah, but that's been my hobby. I did take my boys down to the local Warhammer during school holidays to do they got a thing, learn and play, or something like that. First day they got to build some units. Second day they did the base coat of them, and they got to do some highlighting, the bases, and then play. So that was a bit of fun for them.
Cool.
Yeah, the oldest is doing Necrons. I said you cannot spray them silver.
Oh, why not?
No, he's got to learn to paint. Yeah, so now he knows. He goes and he's painting them silver. I said, no, leave the spine, the black pattern spine, leave that. Don't colour that in. And he goes, why? Just do it. Does it look better? Yes. Yeah. So there you go. That was my hobbying.
Cool. Well, I've finished some Hormagaunts, finished up some Rippers, started a Carnifex, and I'm trying to avoid the massive pile of Gene Stealers that are sitting on my desk that are completely not undercoated or anything.
Nice. Yes. I've got to dig out my airbrush and I'll try and get the vehicles done on the Drakari. And just going to... Done! They all get a riot stripe!
Did you just say fecals? You've got fecals for your Drakari?
Yes, yes.
Piles of poo.
That's right. The way they play, yes.
I feel like someone's triggered there.
The
Poo
brown note.
wagon of death!
Do I suspect
I thought my
a
models were the
change
ones-
in colour scheme?
I thought mine were the ones who've been drenched in brown.
Burnt umber is a noble colour.
Michael, please tell us about your hobby.
I've been painting heaps of Gene Stealer cultists. Got a lot of progress done on all the shotgunners, got a bunch of vehicles done. I've undercoated. Everything is undercoated for the rest of my slow grow.
Yep.
I've pretty much just got 20 models to go, I think.
Big cats.
And those 10 Gene Stealers are going to be super quick because my Gene Stealers are really basic. The Patriarch and the Magus are done enough. I'm thinking of actually going through and properly finishing the Patriarch to get him for the single model paint job, because I don't really have one that's got a lot of effort put into it in this army. And I feel I should do it with at least one.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And yeah, lots of progress. Just grinding away. You can see it on the website.
You can. He's
Oh.
the most active one. Yes.
I forgot I did some Zoanthropes, which look awesome with their bright blue veins on their brains.
Yeah, it did come up well. Yeah.
I like zoanthropes.
Zoanthropes are great.
Brains.
I miss the old stupid looking second ed ones though.
Now this I have to go to Google.
Imagine a Tyranid warrior, right? But with an enormous head. Now imagine it's a second ed Tyranid warrior, not a modern Tyranid warrior.
I'm doing
Oh,
They're
Yeah.
just goofy.
yeah. I
Like,
remember
Oh yeah,
It's
okay.
that weird and wasn't pretty.
they're great.
Oh, some of these pictures are people who have put lots of effort into their Zoanthropes.
Yep.
It's like a cross between a Carnifex and a brainy pancake with spikes.
Yeah, they're just goofy. If you look at the old second ed Tyranid warriors, they basically look kind of like one of those with a giant head.
Yeah.
Because that was what
Picture that's just
originally-
the evolution of zoanthropes.
Yeah. And it's got the old ones and the new ones.
Yeah.
Old Tyranids were bad though.
My
I love them,
internet
but they were
connection is
bad.
still loading it.
Yeah, they had a few different models actually.
Dial. I remember dial up and waiting for those pictures to come on board.
Mm.
I need to discover it's a man. Oh, damn it.
So battle reports.
Yes. Well, as you
We
probably
had a
guessed,
couple of them.
Michael and I just recently had our slow grow match around my place. Thank God he brought some scenery because it looked pretty sad. Got the old X-Men bases out. Yeah, just throw that out there. It's a Sentinel hand. It's fine. It's very 40k. Get over it. I did expect not to see a lot of tanks, and I learnt a lot about Gene Stealer Colts and how much they can hurt.
Yeah.
As you know, my witch is not built for tanks. They can get a lot of shots off, but when they need sixes to wound with no AP,
hmm
yeah, it doesn't do much.
Poisoned pistols, not so great against tanks.
No. And the fact the scenario was all the fly were grounded and all the grounded would fly. So we had flying Lehman Russ coming at me. Well, he actually didn't move. There was a flying Chimera and there was a flying Grinder
Yeah, the flying Goliath trucks everywhere.
where my Venoms had to go up a mountain and not just fly over it and stuff.
I think one of the dumber moments was when we realized that because of the rules regarding changing the ranges of everything,
Yeah.
my hand flamers had an 18-inch range,
Yeah.
and that wasn't good.
No, because they deep striked 9 inches.
Yes.
Yeah, so I learnt more respect for Gene Stealer Colts. Actually, I was stunned. As I kept saying to Michael, I'm just stunned because I've never played against them before. I didn't know what they could do, and I found out the hard way.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right, bitch. No. No, it's fine. I would like to try again without those silly rules and see what if it's different.
Yeah. So I had my game on the weekend too.
Yes.
And that was Tyranids and Death Guard versus Steve.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really, really pitched battle. I think that I really needed that game to end like two or three turns earlier than it did because, yeah. So I rushed in, got a whole bunch of stuff, ran off with it, and then was chased down and but almost shot completely off the table. So there was some heroic moments and stuff, and yeah, it was absolutely dismal psychic rolls. But yeah, I surprised him with a Gant bomb that killed a whole bunch of Plague Marines, and I don't think he expected that. So, one thing I have learnt from this battle is that I think I need to get a dice cup.
Hey, you just do what I do. You just get the 20 dice and you just go
dice a few too
boom,
many times.
and then
No.
you roll them again.
I
I'm
was
not
getting to
getting
the point. I was bringing in a rule. Any dice that go off that damn table does not count because the amount of dice that went off the table. And then, I'll just pick it up. It's my loaded dice. Oh, look, it's a 6. What do you know?
Yeah, but you can't roll 20 dice on a table the size of a dinner plate.
Smaller dice. Come
Well,
on,
yeah.
move on. Use an app.
Just take less shotguns, says Greg.
So yeah.
Yes, attack chicken. It was a strange rule set for the fly, and it was not very great. But you would have had flying Gene Stealers, Mark.
Yes, and they were glorious. They, I think there was I can't remember if it was a turn 1 or turn 2 charge. I think it was a turn 1 charge that just obliterated a full unit of like 20 Poxwalkers.
Oh, I just now imagine the flying Poxwalkers.
And it was weird because my Flyrant became a Walkerant.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of stomping around and laying the Dakar down. It was really, really great because you got the 6-inch increase to all assault weapons.
Yeah.
It was like playing Marines, but NIDS. It was weird. I could actually like hit stuff. So
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I had to take. Thank you, Michael, for allowing me to take out my jet, void jet, whatever thing is, because without fly he can't hover. He'd just go straight into a bush and go, because he only goes straight line, can't turn.
Yeah, trying to fly a supersonic flyer that has to go 20 inches in a straight line when you can't go over terrain is a nightmare.
Yeah. So, thank you. Well, it didn't help because I brought in the incubi and the Hellions, and they were killed so quickly. It's the old incubi. I'm very upset. I bought them in the day literally the next day. They said, "We're bringing out new incubi." You son
Well, I
of
mean,
a...
they're still cool models though,
Yeah.
and now you own cool models, and isn't that really what it's all about?
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Dad. Terrible. So
it's
how?
okay. You can make a diorama where they all die or something.
The real treasure was the models we built along the way.
And we were meant to
Journey.
have part 2 of the 2-up tourney, but one team was still in the US, and we thought we might just postpone that.
It's fair, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I think we're done. Give us a update on the slow grow. We've got one more round to go.
Well, we've still got half this round to actually play because Anto's out and about, so their game's not being played, I think, until next weekend or the weekend after or something. And Adam and Nathan, I think, playing another game next weekend as well. So I'll just make sure I haven't crossed my wires. Sorry, Steve and Adam are playing next weekend, and Anto and Nathan are checking their calendars according to my sources. So so we have a bit of an incomplete ladder.
Yeah.
I mean, if I go, I'm just going to go off the total points, including the hobbies, because I couldn't be bothered doing
just keep it simple.
millions.
Because this whole
So
campaign's been
at the
simple.
moment, Michael is winning, followed by you, Greg, followed by Adam, and then me, and that's the top 5.
4. Didn't you say 4 people?
Yeah, you're right. So Steve is coming up. Steve Parker and his Ultramarines are coming 5th, and that's our top 5
Points.
and they're all. It's weird because Steve has won like all but one of his games, and all the rest of us have lost more than we've won.
I mean, it's because of the weird rules we've got. Like,
Yeah.
as I was saying, I've been tabled nearly every game I've lost.
I've been tabled twice.
So, yeah. And I've also been to like most of the hobby nights, possibly more than anyone else. So I've got a lot of weird points that aren't from winning.
Yeah. I think that's why you're in front of me, because I
I've got a
missed
lot of
one
weak
hobby
points
night.
Too. I don't play a lot.
Yeah.
And also, the scenario where I got like 34 victory points probably helped.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Please refer to last episode, the do's and don'ts of running a disorganised event. Otherwise, we could be here a lot longer if we start going down this pathway again.
yes, yeah.
We have learnt a lot.
No comment.
Rule set that we will use again.
I think my favourite part is Mark just said out, just gave me a whisper. I really appreciate you more than ever what you did the last few years with running events. Yeah, my reply is, that's why I stepped away from this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a gap year after this.
It can be challenging, especially untested, and 12 months is just too long. But listen to episode 19, boys and girls.
Yes, we went over this at length.
At length.
Yes, it was very ranty.
It got quite long, yeah.
All right, so
I think
we...
it's probably a good thing I wasn't there.
No, you would have helped. You would have kept us on time, I'm sure.
Only because I would have sat here and just been very quiet.
So, it's okay, so was Michael and I. It was all Mark. It was the Mark show.
It was a very healing show.
And we had to bring it up again this week. Oh, you're welcome.
The scars are deep, man. You weren't there.
This is going to be Mark's Land Raider.
Yeah. Yeah.
Surely it can't be that bad.
I can't believe you brought that up, Michael.
Oh.
It still hurts.
Oh, you, yeah.
That's
So-
episode 17, boys and girls.
So, do we have an ad break?
Yes, we will. We'll go to an ad break because we will be going too far down the rabbit's hole. Alright, ad break. See you on the other side of this. Need your board game fix? What about a new family game to entertain the kids? Head over to Rollers Board Games at rollersboardgames.com or look them up on Facebook. Board games, card games, party games, you name it, we've got it. If we don't, we'll do our best to get it. Rollers Board Games. Like what you're hearing? So do we.
You scream out in the night.
Who is this, you say?
You speak so silently.
Storyboard concept.
Oh,
Want to hear more?
anytime that you want.
Go to storyboardconcept.bandcamp.com. Okay, we are back. Thank you to Storyboard Concept for their music, and thank you to Rollers Board Games for the visuals they gives us. They're the ones that work, boys and girls. And he's on a new task to give us some more visuals for our battle reports on YouTube, so that will become more fancy. And we'll get some more, and we might even get the technical error animation as well. So thank you to them. There you go. Right, now onto the monthly subject. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
You're never gonna get me down.
That's right. All we're going to do for the next half hour is drink and repeat the song over and over again. Cheers!
Land with no possible drawbacks.
For 10 hours.
Yeah! Second verse, same as the
I
first.
actually, just before the show started, I desperately wanted to go and find my dice. But I realised that I moved house and my dice bag is this big. And I don't know where it is. But I just thought I could get the camera out and just roll a whole bunch of D6s or D20s or D8s or D10s. It wouldn't matter. I'd roll mostly ones.
Yes, it's true.
It's standard.
It would have been nice
So
to
you
have
should
yes.
play Infinity.
Yes, anything where the lowest roll is the best, I would be absolutely spectacular. at.
Except when
go.
she
But I
plays
used to
golf,
lose
it's
so
totally the
many
opposite.
goddamn games.
Okay, so
Played
we
golf.
did put out and ask what do we want to talk about this month, and they said, "Oh, I'm a sore loser. I want to rant." Is that what it was?
Yes,
I mostly
rolling once,
lose.
ranting already.
It is. It's actually quite good timing. We got Michael, who's on the top of the ladder with the most losses. Actually, I think I've got the most losses now. Isabel with classic ones, who has had a Terminator taken down by Snotling bases. And Mark.
Yeah.
So we are looking at why do we do this to ourselves? What keeps us coming back after these losses are just hide in shame or
And
flip
how
the
do you
table
make
moment.
losing fun for
How do you
your
make? That's the
opponent?
other part. Yes. Well, that is so true. There are times I have played in a game and I was getting smashed, and I'm going, no, I cannot be a complete dick. I failed though. I got to make sure I can't make the other guy feel bad that he's beating me so badly. And at the same time, if I'm beating someone really badly, I do, after the first dance of the jig, I do calm down and try and see it. It's tough though. How do you keep motivated, especially during the game? How do you keep motivated? You just keep saying, I'm in shock, I'm in shock.
So my technique for keeping losing interesting is sort of invoke YOLO.
Yeah.
And I know normally in life nothing good ever happens after YOLO. However, this is not the case with Warhammer.
Because you don't only live once.
Some of the most spectacular things have happened in that moment where you're in turn 3 or 4 and you know that you've lost at that point and you're just doing what is fun rather than what is going to win you the game or possibly scrape an extra point here or there. And that's when you wind up with those wacky situations like a land speeder parked in some weird piece of terrain taking some long shot, or a red space marine with a multi-melter walking out in the middle of a field and getting shot at by like 1,500 points of guard, or all kinds of crazy stuff can happen at that moment. And that's the bits for me that I really like in the game.
Yeah. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Boys and girls.
Like a lot of my favorite stories and stuff come from moments where the phrase I always use is, well, if you can't do something smart, do something fun.
Yeah.
Just embrace the fact that you're totally fucked and just be like, well, let's tell an amusing story. Like, one of my classics narrative interactions with Nathan is that I've got this fucking captain who he's never killed. I don't think my captain's ever won a game that I've played against Nathan, but the captain never gets killed. He runs off the table, or he hides behind a thing at the last minute, or I do some bullshit so Nathan doesn't get to kill it. Kills everything else, but not that captain.
Yeah, and that's precisely it. You might have some crazy unit that just gets wiped off the map completely, and then you have some flimsy unit with no cover that just survives. And
I feel like Greg looked at me then.
No.
That's 10 wounds, Michael. Okay, 6 plus save. Boom, 6 sixes.
He did. He really did. He did. And the table flip did cross my mind.
My favourites were always the games where you end up with like a unit of devastators, or you end up with a unit of just something that's in a really shit position on the board, only capable of shooting at a couple of things, and it's just been left completely out of the game. And you're getting absolutely pantsed everywhere else, but this unit is just doing nothing because it's nowhere near the action. And all of a sudden it gets line of sight on something epic, and you just take that fucking thing down.
That one shot, yeah.
And it just makes you feel so much better. You're just like, yes, I got you. And it's like, yeah, I'm like the whole game in front of you. It's like, yeah, but I got you. And you can really sort of, you get a big G up out of that.
Didn't you have a red guy
shot,
Red guy mark.
Or victory argument.
Yeah.
the other one that I remember that was really good is I had just had everything blown off the table, and I only had Calgar left on the table, and he ran up to a tank and just basically tore it in half.
I remember that game.
And you could sort of see it in the slideshow photos that we'd taken of each turn, where there was like, he moved up, then all of a sudden the tank was gone, and then the next turn all the tanks were like on the other side of the map from him, and I was chasing him around the table trying to I'd completely lost, and because I didn't have anything to kill tanks at that time, but. Yeah.
Well, so against Michael the other night, I went, well, I'm not winning this game. It's just about how much can I kill in the meantime before the game becomes complete. And that was it. Just let's throw caution to the wind. Witches like they have caution. And, let's charge. the Chimera with 2 heavy flamers attached to it. Why not? What could
Hey,
go
it worked out
wrong?
pretty well. That Chimera did. The Chimera's flamer actually did surprisingly badly on Overwatch. I expected it to kill a lot more witches.
See? Killed all the Hellions, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Alright, so Isabel, we'll go to you because you are renowned for your ones and stuff. And probably, how do you keep playing?
And losing a lot. Don't ask me that question.
Right,
I stopped
moving on.
playing like 15 years ago.
And that's how you keep playing. You just give up.
When we were actually playing routinely, I kept on playing. I think just because it's like every game. I'm total crap at every computer game. I'm always last.
If you
in
don't believe her,
the
please
tally or
watch
whatever.
our City of Heroes YouTube video. And you'll see.
Yeah, I have to enjoy it, even though I lose, because I lose so goddamn much. If I wasn't capable of enjoying things and losing, I would stop doing everything, really, with the possible exception of computers and fixing them, because I seem to be very good at that.
There you go.
Also, supporting very good football teams and premierships.
Right, good. Had to throw that in there.
And
Much
no,
better.
it's not the Roosters, folks. It's not the Roosters.
Oh, God.
Go Tigers.
Yeah. You see some anger. You should just touch the buttons there.
No,
Right,
I'm
moving
going
on.
to Canberra.
Oh.
Well, okay.
But yeah, like, you just need to kind of, if winning is the only thing that matters, it's going to be hard to keep playing because you will lose. And
Yeah.
so you've got to be able to appreciate losing. You
You gotta
know?
learn from it. That's for me. That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So every time the witches have been smashed, I'm learning a lot. Apparently, I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
Is that what I'm doing wrong?
what do I do? Yeah, exactly. They're facing the wrong way. I'm trying to learn what do I do next. So like, at the start of the game, slow grow, I made my 2,000 points and went to work backwards to get, But my tail end has kept changing, trying, okay, that didn't work. Oh, right, running head first into Flamer, not the best move. What should I do instead? Run head first for 2 units.
Well,
so for me, yeah,
the-
it's finding that challenge. All right, I lost. How did I lose? What happened? What do I need to do differently? Sometimes it's the dice, as Isabel is well aware, and I did not have the best dice roll on that Saturday night either. Dice gods can be cruel.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you've just got to go, look, I didn't do anything wrong. The dice just screwed me.
Yeah.
And I've had games like that
Yeah.
where my plan was better than my enemy's plan. I felt like my army was better than their army, and I lost because I couldn't roll higher than a 2. You know?
Yeah, we've all had one of those games. I mean,
yeah, and that's what sort of brings the variety into the game, because you've got that random element where
Yeah.
you're like, I've got the best guy with the best gun against the perfect opponent, and he's cross-eyed and can't hit the side of the barn.
Bring back the jam dice. They were always fun.
The jam dice.
I blew up so many assault cannons with those.
Jam dice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so in
that's
the
it,
old
dice.
days, you used to have rapid fire
The old
dice.
artillery
That was
dice. Yeah.
sustained fire dice.
Yeah.
You would get 1, 2, 3, or a jam on them.
Yep.
And most of the time,
I
yeah. And if you got all jams, your weapon exploded usually.
Yeah, and we had our own homemade rule that if the plasma cannon failed, it'd make a big hole. That was always fun. I think the biggest part about coming back, though, is also who you're playing against and who has defeated you. If, as we touched on, how do you be a good sport about losing? You've got to be a
Yeah.
good sport about winning convincingly as well. If you're playing, again, the first rule of RLG, don't be a dick. If you're a dick when you're winning, nobody wants to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
It's
why
like,
this slow grow that we've been given as guinea pigs, that's why those extra points are there. So people who get smashed will come back.
yeah. Like that's kind of it. It's like, you know, you don't get tabled and then you feel like you have no way of coming back in the competition. So you give up and drop out. Like that's what that kind of rule is there to address. I think our rule set badly implements it, but the idea is sound.
Yeah. Yeah. But we don't play competitions. Well, we don't play tournaments, the big ones and stuff. Just amongst ourselves. We used to have a person in RLG who took things very seriously and played for keeps and stuff like that. And he learnt very quickly that it wasn't going to fly very well, especially when he had that one loss. He never came back. So
It wasn't me.
no, that wasn't you. It was your evil twin. Yeah.
But yeah, and that's probably more important than being able to kind of handle when you lose. It's how do you not be a prick when you win?
Yeah.
And, you know, just like don't rub your opponent's face in it. Commiserate with them. Like try and help them see the humor in it, but not in a dickish way.
Yes. Yes. Are you talking to me?
And see, that's where that whole do what's fun comes into play.
It is a
because
game.
as a person, when you're winning and you know you've got this, that's when the fun plays can come out, and that's when you charge your warlord in because you know it's going to be interesting or fun to play rather than what's best for you in a given situation.
Yeah, at the same time, you don't want to be too much of a dick about that. You said, "Oh, I've got this in the bag. I will now."
Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, yeah. Find the balance.
It's a tightrope. You
Yeah,
don't want to
but
make it obvious that you don't want to make them feel like you're insulting them by doing dumb shit just because you can get away with it. But yeah, if you do it in a way where it's obvious that you're having fun, not being a dick.
But as I said, it's got to be, hey, this will be fun, rather than oh yeah, you know, I don't care, I can't lose. Here, have this.
Yeah.
I'm having fun slaughtering you. Let me do it a bit more.
So I got distracted by Isabel's comments. How dare she?
Look, my trouble is I can't even answer this question because I don't know what it feels like to be so far in front you can't lose. Most of the games that I won were like they went down to the last couple of rolls.
This is where I was
terrible player.
This is
tactically horse shit.
Well, this tournament that we're playing is probably the worst performing I've done. So it's new for me. That sounds really arrogant because I am.
It's because you and I used to play all the time.
I have a good win ratio with my guard and my Catachan and the Death Guard. And so the reason I chose the Witches was to challenge myself. I knew how to play Imperial Guard back to front. The Death Guard are always... People get pissed off when I play the Death Guard. Disgusting Resilience is the best rule ever. What are you talking about?
I don't know, you didn't seem to be a big fan of Feel No Pain last night.
Oh my god, it would never work. Jesus
I don't know.
Christ.
I have found that Disgustingly Resilient isn't particularly resilient to the Gant bomb technique.
There you go. See, just need more guns. Or
you
claws.
just need like all the dice.
Yep. Yeah, it's
The 40 shotguns principle.
And re-rolling wound rolls helps a lot too.
Yeah. So yeah, this scenario, I can't. I'm kind of mixed about wanting to end it and not end it, but it's been enlightening for me. Oh shit, people are better than me. It's very refreshing.
Well, it's
but I
a
keep
different
coming
dynamic
back, and
playing
that's
a
the
different
point.
It's always a different dynamic playing a different army. I mean, when you've played a side for 20 plus years, you've always got a much better handle on something you've just had for 6 months. You know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, you know, I lost like 5 games on the trot with my Slowgrow army. I only started winning last month. So I know all about learning the hard way how to play my goddamn new army.
Yeah.
I kept doing some dumb stuff, and I'm like, oh man, why haven't I been doing this all along? When I was playing Greg, I realized one of my rules applies in a new way. I was like, oh, that applies to vehicles too. Oh, that would have been helpful in the other 6 fucking games. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, you learn, you lose, you learn. When you start playing a new army, you're not going to be the best player on the block with that army because you
Nobody
don't know
told
what
me
you're
that.
fucking doing.
Thought new army easy. Just charge
The other
and smash
problem-
them. Easy.
See, the other problem is a lot of the non-imperial stuff has stuff you actually have to remember. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
things like Catalyst, using NIDS as an example, I never I'll cast Catalyst, but I will forget that I have it, and it even affected me last game. I forgot that I had Catalyst on a Carnifex, and I took him off the board, and then played half a turn, and then was like, oh crap. So that
like-
kind of thing.
I play my Dark Angels, and I often just don't use very many stratagems because I've got like, it's okay, there's the captain, there's the lieutenant, we got the rerolls, let's go.
Yeah.
And it's very much the on the back of the strength of those units is what I play, rather than playing the crazy combos with abilities and stuff. Whereas the Genestealer cult, I need to play those crazy things.
Oh my
because
god,
I don't
that
have
bomb, that
strong
3-card
units.
stratagem bomb you hit me with. Oh.
Yeah, those fucking demolition charges are a hell of a drug.
Wow.
The-
Oh.
See, the other thing, though, is that because we're old school players, we're not used to having the whole stratagem bullshit thing.
Yeah.
It was very much, this is my unit, this is what I have to work with. And, like, I know when I was playing my Ultramarines, I almost never, ever used a stratagem.
Yeah.
And that's possibly one of the reasons I lost so badly in 8th so much. So...
Since the battle against Michael, I'm trying to work out how to be better at witches. And I've actually went online and looked at other people's lists and advice and stuff like that. You've got to know your army, as you say. You do need to know your army and don't chase things that are silly. Like the biggest advice they said about witches is don't chase the command points. So don't make it double battalions and stuff like that. Make it 1 battalion and a patrol, or just the extra point, because you want infantry, not HQ choices out in the field. Yeah. So that's a better fit for it. You're going to have to experiment with your force. As you said, you're not going to win first time you could, and people might hate you. First time you use a new army. Yeah. So keeping that motivation is a challenge, but it's a game. You're going to learn from it. As long as you learn from it and don't do the same mistake. Oh shit, that's the last 4 games I've had. Same mistake. Don't do the same mistake each time. Keep going for it. Don't play against a dick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, a big thing about how to stay in the hobby is find people you enjoy playing with, and play with them, and don't play with people you don't enjoy playing with.
Correct.
As the Dungeons and Dragons community often says, no game is better than a bad game. You know, it's sometimes it's better to not play a game than to play a wanker.
But that's my role-play character. Yeah. No, it's true. You got to find the hobby group that you want to be part of. We're very supportive. No, we're not. And we play really well with each other. No, we don't. It makes a difference. Our group has expanded. We've got a couple, 2 or 3 new people to come on board this month to join us. It should be interesting. We're growing. We'll weed them out if they're dicks, of course. Yeah. No, it makes a difference. And you got a supportive community. There's a lot of things online and stuff like that. You got to work out if you're going to be a competitive player, or you're going to be, I'm here to have a good game player. Right.
You need what was that word I kept saying last time? Clarity.
Yeah. If you want to be a tournament player and stuff like that, then probably your local hobby group's not the people you want to be playing with.
Yeah. find some tournament players.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be competitive, you're not going to learn anything playing people who aren't competitive.
Yeah.
Because if you want to get better, you need to play people who are better than you. You need to lose to them so you can learn.
Yeah.
Playing people who are worse than you won't learn.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty simple stuff.
Playing people who are drunk, you won't learn either.
And
Yeah.
protect your land rate if they
Drunk
are
people won't
drinking.
learn either. I think this might have been my problem. That wasn't me. That was someone else.
Brought it up.
See, the other thing can be that if you're losing all the time to a better player, you find that when you step outside of that group and play the general public, then that's the time when you realise how much you've learnt from any of your losses.
Yeah. Playing the same person over and over, expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Dr. Phil would say, so you keep trying the same thing. How's that working for you?
That's a pretty simple episode this week, guys and girls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've gone well over an hour, though. Like, it may be simple, but
No,
we talked
we
a lot.
haven't. This is our shortest
Have
one
we?
ever. 55, 56 minutes.
Oh!
You need to
I was
drag
looking
it
at
out.
Call.
Or
We
put
were
more
talking
adverts and
about
sell out.
enjoying losing.
Sometimes I do enjoy losing. Not that I deliberately go out to lose, but you can have some real fun with it when you have those bad games and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But-
there is
Yeah.
nothing better than a good last stand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, or playing a narrative game. Don't always play competitive match play games. Swap it up. Try a narrative game, like that bloody game we played down the table. I stood basically no chance of winning that one, but it was still kind of fun.
Down the
Remember
table.
the one where
Oh,
you did where you multiple times failed to charge my repulsor with the
yes,
termies? That game?
yes. And then I finally
Yeah,
got
there
it
was
and it
great
came
moments
back.
in that.
And I was going, oh my god, it's
I-
dark!
I had like no chance of
I
winning
don't
it
think there was
because
a single time my Terminators were actually as effective as I wanted them to be.
No, that's the
And
life
I
of
have-
the Terminator, I think.
I've had Terminators who were super effective. I remember one time I had a fucking squad of Wolfguard Terminators solo an entire Blood Angel army just because stupid dice rolls. But so they're very hit or miss, the old Terminators. My Death
Yeah.
Wing never do quite so well.
Yeah, I've had great success with Terminators, and then I've had other times where they died to like auto guns.
No,
Las
that's right,
guns.
the las
Fucking
gun.
las guns, man.
las guns take down
Second
everyone.
edition las guns. Oh, my armor saves on 2 dice. You've only got a -1. I'm not going to die to... Fuck,
Oh,
they're
you
dead.
did. Yep. I remember those rolls. I was a really gracious winner.
You did a victory lap when your snotling killed my Terminator.
Well, how
And
often
I
does that
can
happen?
understand.
Victory lap at the table.
But I
I
was
can
very
understand
gracious
that.
about
That
it.
deserves a
Gave that
victory
because
lap.
that was hilarious.
yeah, like-
And then I said, right, well, the rest of them are going to wipe you out now. And I think I killed 2.
Yeah.
So-
I ended
so-
up having one
So
snotling base.
why
left.
haven't you
Yeah.
kept that snotling on a shelf or
I still
something
have the
and
snotling base.
given him like extra spangles and stuff?
The snotling base is still here somewhere. But yeah. Raise him to
But yeah,
godhood.
when you're totally boned is when those moments of pure comedy gold come out.
Yeah.
And those really interesting narrative moments when you just stop trying to win and start trying to have fun.
And that's-
Mm.
If you think at the end of turn 2 that your game is done, you just want to shake hands, just hold off a little bit longer, because sometimes it can turn it around.
Always play it to the last model.
I think
is
so.
my advice.
At least get to
I-
turn 4.
I try to never ever call a game unless I'm running out of time.
Yeah, that's different. I remember having a
Unless I'm
game and
running
the
out of
first
time,
turn
I
I
never
just
call
went,
a game.
I
I will
am
play
absolutely
it.
smashed.
I will ride that ship to the bottom of the ocean if I have to.
Yeah, I remember a
'cause,
game, I was smashed the first
yeah.
turn, I was going, holy crap, I got bugger all left on the table, what the hell am I going to do? Might as well call it. No, well here, because it was a day out and stuff, I'm going to continue, let's get the game on, don't want to piss off the guy who's across the road, across the way from me, who spent all the time to get in here. Ended up winning that game. Twist of fate, but yeah, don't give up. Have fun with it, but don't give up. Yeah. Well, I didn't give up.
I mean,
with
it
my
is
witches,
less
so I
fun
sort of
when
go,
you're
"Oh,
when you're tabled turn 2.
yeah,
But-
it's not easy to get through.
Yeah, I mean, it's demoralizing
Yeah.
when you know you're stuffed, and I feel like I've never looked at a table and gone, well, I can't win, and then not turned it around. I literally don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
feel
I
like
did
I'm
back
pretty
in
good at
seventh, but
analyzing that.
Yeah.
I've never surprised myself like that, unfortunately.
yeah, it only ever happened to me in seventh, and it was like, there's all these tanks. I have no anti-tank weaponry.
Oh, I do that every
Yeah.
game with the witches.
Usually, you're in that moment where you're like, oh, they've got these victory points, I can't get any, I can't catch up.
Yeah.
And you're just like, mechanically, I can't win.
Yeah.
And so, try and have fun.
Well, yeah.
I will admit, if I'm at a tournament and it's just before lunch break, I will sometimes just go, I can't win. I want to go eat. I've done that before.
Which is fair.
Happy hour starts in 10 minutes. Oh, look, you won. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Wait, people play games before happy hour?
Not smart people.
Yeah, because they started at 10 a.m. and
Yeah.
it's carried through.
And it's turn 2. Yeah.
Well, happy hour's 11.
Oh, the night Castellan was a lot of fun because at 3D6 there was a bar, and the bar was serving mead. I got cut off in the middle of the tourney.
That's not fair.
And on that
The
note,
bar was like,
yes,
I know how
Mead-
alcohol is
mead
not the answer to get
surprisingly
past
strong.
a loss. It
Sorry?
helps. Sorry, Isabel?
I just said meat is surprisingly strong.
Yeah.
It's quite a potent little drink.
yeah, and I was knocking it back a lot because I was like playing knights, and I was drinking lots of mead, and it was good times were had.
How can you have war and no mead?
That's it.
Like,
Precise.
That's like doing a podcast without anything to drink.
Well, I'm empty. Who wants to get me one?
I'll get you one tomorrow. How's that? Yeah. So I think we'll wrap it up. Otherwise, we're going to go around in circles, talk about how good I am. I like Mark. Yes, we will. It's good.
yes, we totally will.
All right, folks. This was a quick one, a bit of ranting, a bit of
absolutely
excitement.
getting
Flashback to our memories. We brought up the Land Raider, which is fantastic.
I'm pretty sure it's now in the contract that we have.
dear.
Every single-
Hashtag don't mention the Land Raider.
That's it. Oh dear, oh dear. Please find us on Facebook, RLG40K. Also find us Instagram at RLG40K. Our YouTube channel is getting a bit of a facelift. You will... Hello, sponsor. Our YouTube is getting a bit of a facelift. Is now RLG Gaming.
What were you doing with the sponsor?
Got to get those dollars somehow.
I
It's
know
gonna-
the sentence is a bit of a mouthful, but it's not supposed to be
Family
that long.
coaching.
So you will see on our YouTube more gaming stuff. I think we've got some City of Heroes going rogue on there, where Michael and Isabel are partaking in that adventure. And
Losing! Yay!
Exactly. You weren't losing, you big bloody space wolf.
and-
There was that time I pulled like everything because Greg told me to.
Leroy Jenkins.
and I think our
He was
next
like,
one.
"You go in, I've got ya," but it was a joke. He didn't have me.
No. And we'll be bringing 7 Days to Die is another one coming up for us where we will all die together. Or what do we call it? 7 Days Not to Get Eaten. So check that out on our. It will be also streamed on our.
So been playing that and getting eaten. I
Well,
got eaten 5 times today, and not in a good way.
so you'll see that on our YouTube, and you'll see that on our Twitch channel here. That is /Redbelly, twitch.tv/Redbelly. What else? What other things we need to talk about? Good. Look, if you are enjoying, we are episode 20. If you are enjoying our podcasts or any of our media formats of us ranting and raving, it would be great if you'd love to show your appreciation with some donations. This is where it gets serious. It does cost to run a podcast with it. It would be great. We would upgrade our technical issues to more complicated technical issues. It'd be great. Anything else want to say? Anyone else? No, that's not words. No, good. I think next month there will be two.
Don't roll ones.
Yeah, don't roll ones. 2 new books out. 3 new books out next month. So next month might be another shock or meh episode with Phoenix. Oh, I said Arising as well. There you go.
I have infected you.
Phoenix Rising, the Salamanders, and Imperial Fists, and we didn't even look at the Raven Guard or Iron Hand books either. So maybe as a supplement, look at. They're pretty quick and nasty, and we can talk about Salamanders.
Yay for salamanders.
Yeah, good.
Yay.
All right, thank you
So
for
enthusiastic.
the folks on Twitch for having a yarn with us. Yes, we are hilarious. I'm glad you agree. So, Isabel, I will see you tomorrow. For now, you can say your farewells.
Awesome. I have beer. Still in the fridge. Got plenty. It's very important. Particularly when you're driving to Canberra 3 minutes after you leave here.
Woo! It's going to be great. Mark?
Adios, people.
I'll say my buys, and I just saw a donation come through. Thank you! Who did that, I wonder? It works!
It wasn't your mum, was it?
I'd be worried. Alright, so please, Michael, get us out of here.
Well, that's all the time we have for this month. What will next month hold? The culmination of the exciting and well-received Slow Grove, in which nothing could possibly go wrong. Join us then, next time, on Wobbly Player Syndrome!